What's up guys, Lewis here from Indie back with another run through of all this week's top indie game news. Now normally all the news stories mentioned in this video are covered at a lot more length on the weekly podcast, but unfortunately there is no podcast this week due to birthdays and work responsibilities. We just couldn't get time to record one, but we will be back next week. So without going on anymore, let's dive into all this week's indie game news. Up first, we start with a game announcement in Xeon Racer. Now, Xeon Racer was announced to be releasing on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch in 2019, and is an electrifying, fast-paced arcade racer. The game is being developed by 3D Cloud's It and published by Sedesco Games, and takes place in 2030, where the biggest sport now going is the edge of your seat electrifying racing. Although we didn't get a set release date for Xeon Racer, we can expect the game early 2019. Now another release announcement we got, but is available now, is based around Overcooked 2. Overcooked 2 released a couple of months ago, and it's got its first bit of DLC which released this week, in the form of Surf and Turf. Now Surf and Turf brings players 12 new kitchens, which include a swimming pool and a beach, and along with those new kitchens come new obstacles, including a brand new tidal wave, as if cooking in that game wasn't hard enough already. Surf and Turf is available on all platforms now for the tiny price of $4.99 if you didn't buy the deluxe edition. Now another release date announcement we got comes around Still Rats. Now Still Rats is being developed by Tate Multimedia, and we played it earlier this year at EGX Res, and I've got to be honest, we were all a little bit mixed on the game. We liked the idea of this combat stunt motorcycle game, but weren't completely blown away by what we played at the demo. But anyway, the game is coming to PS4, Xbox One and PC on the 7th of November, and we're looking forward to diving into the game and seeing what it offers at its full potential. Along with the release date of the 7th of November, we also got a new gameplay trailer, and the game will be releasing with a price of $15.99 in the UK, so probably around $20 over the pond. Now, another game that we played at an EGX event recently, or last year should I say, was The Occupation. And this is a game that Tom and I absolutely loved, especially the idea of it. The Occupation is a real-time investigative journalism game where you play as a journalist in the 80s who's looking to solve a kind of case in real time. The game only lasts about 4 to 4.5 hours, where at the end of it, it ends. If you don't get all the answers, quite simply you have to play through the game. Now The Occupation was set to release on the 9th of October, but unfortunately the game has been delayed until February the 5th. We haven't been given a set reason for why the delay is, but if it's to make the game a more polished release, then that's always a good thing. Now Minute is a game that released early this year, and I've got to be honest, I absolutely love this charming ZX Spectrum style black and white point and click adventure. Don't really know what it is, but it's a great fun game. And it's also got a new patch update in the form of speedrunning and community challenges. Now, if you don't know what Minute is, every playthrough only lasts 60 seconds. So you need to kind of find out what's going on in little 60-second chunks by unlocking new save points and new checkpoints. Now if you're thinking, oh, this sounds a bit weird, I thought exactly the same, but like I said, I absolutely loved the game when I played it earlier this year. Now the new speedrunning challenge mode takes two factors into consideration. It's the fastest time coupled with the fewest runs, and it works on a kind of season style basis, where the top person will get a t-shirt, an exclusive Minute speedrunning t-shirt, if they manage to finish top of the leaderboard. Along with the new patch, we also got the news that the game is currently 25% off on all platforms, so if you're looking to dive into Minute, even if it's not for the speedrunning or the community challenges, then with 25% off, now seems to be the perfect time. Our final piece of news comes around a game called Parasite. Now those of you who follow us or have subscribed to the channel will see that I put up a video recently of what is Parasite, and it's a twin stick shooter where you play as a parasite and must kind of find a host's body, and taking over that host body you get that host's perks and skills and weapons and abilities. Those of you who have watched the video will know that I was really enjoying my time with Parasite and really look forward to seeing what the game looks to offer in the future. Well, we've got the news very recently that the game is getting a Kickstarter campaign, which is launching on the 10th of October. The game is looking for $29,000, with the main effort of the funding going towards the console's port and to help finish development and get the game out in 2019. Personally, we're going to back it because I had a lot of fun playing the game earlier this week. But if you like the idea of Parasite, you want to know more on it, then go check out the What Is video. And if you like the idea of what you see in that video, then head over to Kickstarter and maybe throw the devs a couple of quid if you feel like you can afford it, and if you feel like it's a game you want to help support. Well, that's going to wrap up all this week's indie game news. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate any bit of support you give us. And if you like these videos, then why not give them a little like? If you like what we do at Indie want to keep updating more indie game content, including news, reviews, previews, and a weekly podcast. Again, apologies there isn't one this week. Then why not subscribe? And if you really like what we do and want to get exclusive content on those weekly podcasts, again, sorry there isn't one this week, then head over to patreon.com/indiecredible, or just follow the link down here. For us, $1 or so, and you get exclusive content as well as ad-free podcasts. As always, guys, thanks again, and until next time, goodbye.